A few weeks ago, I tried to remember what I did on a random Tuesday. And not last Tuesday, just a Tuesday. And I couldn't. I sat there and realized I'm forgetting my own life. And the reality is, if you're not documenting your life in some way, you probably are too. And here's why that happens. Your brain is not a hard drive. It doesn't save everything. It saves what it thinks matters. And it's quietly deleting your life one ordinary day at a time. We talk a lot about big moments, vacations, milestones, the days that make the highlight reel. But most of life isn't that. Most of life's a Tuesday, a conversation at the kitchen table, a walk you almost didn't take, a small win nobody else noticed. And those days are disappearing. Not because they didn't matter, but because nobody wrote them down. So I started doing something simple. Every night before I go to sleep, I write down one paragraph. That's it. A brief synopsis of the day. What happened? How I felt? Maybe one moment worth remembering. No journal prompts, no pressure to be profound. Just what did today actually look like? It's pretty simple. I call it the daily memory. It's one of the simplest systems I've built, but honestly, it's changed how I experience time. The first reason to do this is the obvious one. You'll actually remember your life. You see, I went back and read entries from a few months ago last week, and I had completely forgotten about a phone call I had with my brother. What we talked about, what I was actually feeling that day, it was completely gone. But while I was reading it, I was right there in that paragraph. When you document your life, you stop losing it. The ordinary days stop disappearing. And over time, you end up with something most people never have, a real record of who you were and how you lived. The second reason is that it forces you to reflect, even when you don't feel like it. Writing down your daily memory means you really have to look at your day. And the reality is, that's uncomfortable sometimes. I've caught patterns in my own life just reading back 2 weeks worth of entries. Days where I was irritable for no reason, and weeks where I was putting something off I knew I needed to get done. You can't fix what you can't see. Well, this gives you something to look at. The third reason is that it creates a record of your growth. And that record matters more than you think. There are going to be seasons where you feel like nothing's changing, where you feel completely stuck. On those days, being able to open up a notebook and see where you were a year ago, that's grounding. You can see the distance you've traveled even when progress feels invisible. And that's not motivation, that's evidence. Here's what I want to challenge you to do. For the next 2 weeks, write one paragraph at the end of every day. Don't overthink it. Just answer 3 simple questions. What happened today? How did it make you feel? And what was one moment worth remembering? That's it. 2 weeks. One paragraph. Doesn't even have to be a big one. Write it down right before you go to sleep. That's it. If you want to start documenting your life, that's where you begin. We spend so much energy chasing the big moments, but your life is made up of ordinary days. And those days, they're worth remembering.